All right, welcome back, Saints Nation, to Week 5 of the CR6. Tonight we have the Saints battling out against Sacred Heart University all the way from Fairland, Connecticut. And after their match we saw last Friday, I'm pretty pumped to see how the Saints do tonight. Your casters will be myself, Colin Seymour, and Danners Banner. And you know, Danners, it's been a while since you've casted some Rainbow Six. How excited are you?
It's definitely been a little while, and I am extremely excited, especially now that our Saints squad got out of the rut last week in their match. They went on a bit of a lost streak, and then got 2 7-1 victories. So it was good to see.
It was definitely
looks like we're wasting no time hopping in it.
Yeah, it was definitely a dominant performance last week, but like you said, we're hopping into the ban phase, and since we're on Clubhouse, you know, I expect to see the usual on an attacking side, maybe a Thatcher and a Maverick, possibly a Capitao on attack, but Saints, we'll see what they want to see just yet as the time ticks down. There we go, Thatcher out of the bit, and you know, I like to see Thatcher gone first. He's a very key part to pushing a lot of the sites on this map. Clubhouse, his EMPs do a lot of the EMPs do a lot to kind of help breach through the hard breaches for some of these operators.
Absolutely, we see constantly, especially it's that I think it's CCTV that's constantly played, and Thatcher can be critical there. So getting rid of that and then getting rid of the Jackal, because let's be honest, nobody likes playing up against Jackal. Which is kind of, regardless of how amazing or not so amazing he is.
Which is kind of weird to like go off of, because Jackal, you haven't seen him banned in a little bit, but Sacred Heart University maybe not wanting to just play against Jackal at all. He's really good for getting information on a lot of roaming situations. But now we're on to the defending side. We already have one defender banned. That's going to be Echo. Echo's Yokai drones not going to be in game for Clubhouse. It's very key to look out for, because that's a lot of plant diffusal or plant disruption that's not there. And to match up with that, we see the Mira. So why don't you just give us some information about that Mira, Danners?
The Mira, we've seen it pretty consistently banned from the Saints overall. Normally it would, like, Thatcher's almost a guaranteed ban from them as of late, and then it's either between Echo or Mira. And it just seems like nobody likes dealing with Mira specifically on Clubhouse. I'm not exactly sure which site that she's extremely good on, or if she's good at basically everything, but either way, we don't have to worry about it.
She's really good for those back and forths. You can play her on Church and Arsenal room in the bottom. You can play at CCTV cache room as well. It's really how you want to play that Mira setup. But for this first round, we're going to be hopping onto the CCTV room cache room on the second floor, the kind of basic one we usually see them set up. But why don't you just introduce St. Clair for us, Danners?
All right, so of course we do have Impact. We have Agent Tour. We have Rapid, Imagine, and William. And the chat are kind of noticing something a little off. Apparently one of the players' pings and poor Infinity Run seems to be having a hard time with an internet connection. Let's hope that for him that gets fixed up real quick, because I don't want to see any rubber banding going on here in this match.
Yeah, really unfortunate that you got 642 ping, but we're going to take some time and introduce Sacred Heart University. We got Maximum, Catfish, Hyrasis, Infinity Run, and Blue at the bottom. And they're going to be playing a kind of typical setup you see on the attacking side, as they will be starting off as your attackers for Clubhouse. And it's going to be Maximum on the Hibana, Catfish playing the Twitch, Hyrasis on the Ash, actually, and Infinity Runs, he's going to be playing Blackbeard. Blue is actually on the Buck as well, so a little bit of soft breach all around. You have the breaching grounds on the Twitch, you have the Ash with you have the Twitch with her soft, I can't remember what they're called, the soft breach that the Twitch has, but ours just has
the breaching charges.
Yeah, it's just breaching charges. And I think Ash's breaching round's pretty good for the soft breach as well. Blue on the Buck with his skeleton key, really good for breaking open the bottom floors and some nice roadie attackers. But this is kind of kind of curious to see how they play around this Blackbeard, because this is a setup I haven't seen anybody push CCTV room for a while. So the Saints, they have a lot of push denial, you know, around that. So I'm excited to see how they play around this castle and the cave, because they're gonna have to kind of defend against these fast-paced attack.
For sure. And then the one thing I just realized I'm kind of excited about, it's my first time casting with this brand new UI. So see the game ever so slightly improving day by day, week by week. And Blue just took a ton of damage out of nowhere. I didn't exactly get to see what happened to him, but he's basically down to his last, like, one bullet.
Basically down to one bullet. And imagine, gonna pick up first blood over onto Infinity Run, so maybe having a little bit of trouble indeed over on that connection side. But we'll see how he plays out as the rounds go by. Second round of shots coming around back and forth through these teammates, or through these players, but nobody really catching any bullets. Blue's still very low. Maximum gonna return, making it 4-on-4. Agent 2 are gonna be dropped out of this round, so now they don't have the smoke charges. I'm curious to see where they go with this, because since the Blackbeard's out and the smoke's out, there's a lot of room to work for both of these teams, but it's gonna be Maximum with another fight with somebody over on metal stairs, but that player is going to get out there. Catfish going to pick up William. 3v4 now. It's going to be another player outside. I think that is CR6 on the Ash trying to find another one. Bomb has been dropped over on Maximum, so he's going to be down, but not out. Rapid picking up one. Imagine picking up one. 3v2. Players are dropping as fast as flies. CR6 down. Now it's all up to Blue on barely any health to keep this going. And Rapid is going to be sitting in construction, waiting for that player to come through. And it looks like Blue is just going to back off and play his life.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, quite the tall task there for Blue. The diffuser was down pretty much on site. He has next to no HP. 3 members of Saints alive. Unfortunate for him.
Unfortunate indeed. And imagine in chat getting a little bit upset about that one. Taking it Saints, but he hit 4 kill to start off the round. Really good to see the Saints starting off really strong. And imagine, especially one of their top fraggers you usually see, so we say it again and again. He's showing up in this round 1, but there's a lot of rounds to go. We'll see if he can hold that pace going into round 2 now. St. Clair will be defending on.
I'm trying to see which map this one is actually as well.
Just trying to see
in a moment
where it's at.
We might be guessing with this one.
I think we might be guessing. Church and Arsenal room. There we go. So I'm really excited. You know, last week, Danners, I know you're paying attention to it. They had a couple solid rounds on this Church and Arsenal room.
Yeah, for a lot of them, like, I'm just trying to think back exactly, but there was nothing that the other team was able to do to really get in there. I don't even, or I think Jake said it best during Bird's Eye, but it was just, it was Imagine doing Imagine things and Rapid doing Rapid things, which means, let's be honest, it's the smoke, right? So he was doing a fantastic job. Everybody was doing a fantastic job, and I expect them to push that forward here into this new match with Sacred Heart.
And you're talking about the smoke thing, so Rapid gonna be hopping on the smoke, and he actually hasn't been playing smoke too much in this season, as they've actually dropped
compared to the other ones, yeah.
As it dropping it off to a couple of the newer players. Impact, William, and Agent Tour has been those more supporting players, but imagine hopping onto the dock, as you know, the dock with that MP5.
Oh, we know what's going on here.
He might be going for something cheeky, but it looks like he's going to be sitting over towards dirt, so maybe he's going to go a little bit aggressive onto dirt, which wouldn't really work with him, because it looks like Sacred Heart's going to spawn up over into broken buildings, and they're going to be pushing into garage, possibly even rotating around to take bar. But they have to be really aware, because Church and Arsenal room, it's known for players on the defenders to be roaming. So if they have to check these angles, although, like, you can see through the walls, St. Clair has nobody roaming, which is something you have to make sure if you're attacking. So you're gonna see Sacred Heart University clear out all these rooms before they take towards the Church and Arsenal. But they do have one player. He is checking that second floor, and I think that is going to be Catfish on the buck, indeed. So he's going to be up in logistics office, breaking down into the kitchen, trying to get that second floor kind of top down. I've never seen somebody get that top down, but it's a pretty cheeky angle indeed. And possibly going to see actually more of a boiler room push from Sacred Heart, but I'm wrong as they rotate around the kitchen.
One thing I'm really wondering is where's Impact right now? Where is that pulse with that scanner? And is he going to fire off that C4 at some point? Imagine taking a bunch of damage through the wall, I believe. He's going to stim himself back up, but a good little call out there from the Sacred Heart player.
He's just going to stim himself back up, back to full health.
Yeah, he's okay.
You know, Tom, that's the perks of being Doc. You just can get yourself back up to full health unless you get dropped by Maximum, which he's going to do. 4v5, Sacred Heart in the lead now.
There's no stim in that one. Finally getting Imagine again, secures the kill. They're taking it pretty slow though. Minute 15 on the clock. We do see Maximum getting blasted, Rapid doing what he does best. Rocking the shotgun and the submachine gun apparently. CR6 also going down.
Nice double kill from Rapid, but are we going to see William pick up another? He pushed shots down onto Blue, but he's not going to get out, but he knifes Infinity Run. How did he get that kill? He's going to be traded out by Blue eventually, and Blue getting downed, but not out. It's all up to Catfish now. He's the last player standing for Sacred Heart, looking to tie it up. A Rapid with the triple kill in the round. It's going to send St. Clair to a 2-0 lead on Clubhouse. So nice really three-piece by Rapid to keep his team up there. And William with a heads-up play on Infinity Run. I don't know if Infinity Run was ready for that or if that's the 400 ping getting to him.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. Spins it around 180 knife, right on target. Was definitely beautiful. I'm curious as to where is the next place. Are we can't go to CCTV yet, can we? I need to do one more. Yeah, we're going to the gym bedroom on the second floor.
Yeah, gotta go one more and then they can go back to CCTV.
Yes.
I do like this setup by St. Clair though. You see William head over to the castle. They're probably going to use the castle to barricade up with the castle walls over onto Gym. The window of Gym and the doorway of Gym, so that they can put their cage charges down over onto that western balcony. That's going to be the hard breached area, and they're probably going to set up with some ADS Jaegers and make sure that Sacred Heart can't push through that comfortably.
I remember when we were talking about it a bit during Bird's Eye with Jake, but just the meta as an attacker, you have to kill off so many gadgets to just get into it. I know a big portion of that is because of mute. We've always seen Legion get absolute pain to people, and then Kate is basically bandit or mobile bandit, right? So ADSs can't do any grenades, and this seems just like such a stall comp kind of from the Saints.
It really does, and one thing I'm curious to see is if they use a barricade as well to block it off. Because if they have both castle barricades on the doorway and the window, along with a like a shield barricade, then the only soft breach at range that Sacred Heart has is the Ash to take those out. Right. So, I mean, they can use Infinity Run's breaching charge, which he actually doesn't even have a breaching charge. He has claymores. So they don't really have any means to open up if they have those three lines of defense over on St. Clair to kind of board it up, unless you use the Twitch. I don't know why it passed my brain, but the Twitch just opening up with the cage charge gone, and the cage just noticing it at last second.
Actually, kind of props to Sacred Heart. If you know your player is having a little bit of internet troubles, you might as well at least make him the most supportive character, like most supportive player in the game. Just getting rid of the gadgets, allow the rest of the squad to be able to move in and make the plays if necessary. Speaking of moving in, however, that's going to be the Ash going down. Rapid looking to try and get two, but he's going to get taken down eventually by Maximum.
Maximum holding his team in at 3-2, taking down Rapid, who's 5-1. Kind of working alongside Imagine to hold his team up at that 2-0 lead. But now we see OBM Maximum trading it for a 4-on-4. He's low on health. The rest of St. Clair at full health. So it's going to be a tough match indeed to kind of push into this, but he's going to be pre-firing an angle. Finds a second kill onto Agent Tour. Nice pre-fire by Maximum, but he ends up getting traded. Bomb or diffuser is down. Impact going to pick up that kill onto the Hibana. So now it's all up to the Twitch, Thermite, and Buck of Sacred Heart. And the Buck is going to be on that flank over into Central Staircase. So we get to see how this goes. There's a Cade, but he's found. I don't know where he got shot from. It's Imagine on the flank, going to pick him up from behind. Didn't even see him roaming around, but Imagine just doing Imagine things like you said. Now it's going to be Hyris and Infinity Run. Just playing on the back foot, seeing how they can pull this back in a 3v2. Infinity Run, you can see him having a little bit of connection issues. This is a little bit unfortunate indeed, but I think it was one of the players having internet problems in the first place, but now we see if he can kind of bait out some for Hyris's. He does have the diffuser now. He is going to be shot out from a bullet hole of St. Clair. No trade coming out. Impact's going to have a double kill now. Hyris is looking to trade it out 1v3. He does have Impact low, but not down next to 2. Or at less than 25. He's going to be getting flanked by Imagine. Not ready for that. Taken out by Imagine on behind. So Imagine with a double kill. Impact with the double kill. St. Clair 3-0. They're holding steady.
And I see that so far for St. Clair. I do still like how Sacred Heart is making the adjustments considering the situation they're in. Infinity Run basically just being a human drone at the very end of it, and just see if you can get a call out on somebody, maybe put some damage on them. Sadly, that one was a 3v1, so they weren't able to take that one. St. Clair doing a fantastic job on defense. And I just realized I had called a composition earlier a stall comp. Well, duh, we're trying to run down the clock, right? But, like, I mean, just an annoying, like, really slow composition. And it looks like they're kind of improving on that as we have ourselves a Mozzie to try and scoop up some drones.
Yeah, and that's, you know, I love seeing the Mozzie, and they're going to be heading back to CCTV room, cash room. They were really strong on that hold last time. Oh, wait. No way. Are we going to see a Cali get picked? I haven't seen
This is technically a new phase, so I think they could be legal now.
From what Jake was telling me last week is that Cali is not allowed to be played, but nobody's saying anything in chat, so we'll possibly be seeing a Cali get played this round. Ying also coming out on the attack is a little bit questionable to me, but it might be comfort pick for the player. You don't usually ever see Ying get played, but if you're unfamiliar with Ying, her gadget is a little grenade that you toss into the area and it just sends flashbangs. It's like a fuse charge, but instead it's flash grenades, so it's just gonna keep on stunning players.
It's definitely annoying to try and deal with, and I'm curious as to this Cali pick. Of course, it was 6 picked, so like Saints don't know, so like, they couldn't respond to anything in the chat. This was illegal, so let's see if they're up for a quick one here.
And St. Clair, like, they might be in for a surprise. If anybody is unfamiliar with Kali, she's a sniper character. And the sniper can breach through, I think, a small spot of a hard breach and soft breaches. But I'm not too sure.
Right, and like looks to destroy the gadget on the other side, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I'm pretty sure, but we're gonna be hopping on with the Cali. Yeah, and there we go. Cali putting a shot towards the hard breach balcony wall. Not gonna fully destroy it. I'm curious to see. Look at it. Okay, it opens up a little bit of a spite line to see for this player, Hyris, to push in. On the other side, we saw Imagine getting the first kill of the round, bringing St. Clair to another first blood and another 5-on-4 lead. Sledge gonna get in there, taking a little bit of damage, but he isn't gonna go down. That's blue. He's playing towards Secret Staircase. He does have the Mozzie there. Rapid. Gonna get traded out 4-on-4. Not ready for that Sledge to be laying down, but the ex-Kairos of the Hibana gonna be opening up that eastern balcony. A lot of information gonna be gained from Sacred Heart. Ying gonna open up with her gadget now. A lot of St. Clair players are gonna be flashed out. Nobody gonna press on this action for Sacred Heart University. They're playing very passive for the strategy that they just pulled out, but maybe they're just trying to bait out some information from St. Clair.
Yes, it's definitely odd. Still got the 4v4 situation. We do see Imagine down low. Impact's getting a kill onto Maximum. And they're slowly but surely still trying to just move in on this balcony. However, there is basically a Saint in two doorways. And imagine picking up Blue, finally taking care of him. And don't peek. Oh, never mind. I guess he got it. Nicely done there for William getting on the board. And now it's just a matter of dealing with the Callie, dealing with the Catfish. How will they do it?
Just like that.
Take care of it.
Just like that. Denying the entry. Imagine going to be picking up another kill onto the Callie. And I just kind of took a second to look up what Callie does, because it's just a little bit of information towards both of us. It's got an explosive lance. So the explosive lance can breach through barricades and hatches in a single shot and create big holes in breakable walls. And its underbarrel, the LV, can be used at the same time as the scopes. So it's used to destroy gadgets within light explosions within a set radius. And like you said, it can be used on breakable walls to create holes similar to like what the sniper of glass would do.
Right. Now, one thing, if Callie's legal, that means that in theory we could randomly see a Wamai show up, I suppose. But what are these team compositions coming out from Sacred Heart?
I don't know.
This looks like a blitz, like not a blitz as in the character, but like you blitz the point kind of comp.
I can see them. I can see them maybe using the Amaru to get in there, Finka to kind of boost up the Amaru, and then they use the Lion to get any information for that Amaru. But I'm curious to see how Sacred Heart does this indeed. And then on the other side, St. Clair are going to be sitting to the roots and not changing their composition as they move back down to the first floor, the basement.
Yeah, this is going to be so cute. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how they pull this off. And of course, you give the guy with all the ping the shield. I like what you're doing there. Support player all the way. Make it work, man. But and then Sophia on top of that with I'm trying to remember what the grenade name is, but basically
her lifeline.
The lifeline, yeah. So whether it be breaching or stunning people, just an extra added bit of support and fragging capability. They're going to be going fast, I think.
I'm curious to see if St. Clair will be caught off on this EE1D, but I don't know. You know, you don't usually see Lion getting too much value out of their play, but maybe. I think St. Clair would have heard that grapple from the Amaru. There is a player going to be roaming on the second floor. I'm pretty sure that's Imagine. Imagine going to be going down, though.
Drone going out.
So I didn't see where he went down. So that wasn't Imagine. There's going to be another player for St. Clair roaming around Sacred Heart in a 5-on-4. Montaigne just going full blast.
He's trucking it.
He's just chucking it through the site, but now it's all up to the pulse to see the information he can get. He has spotted 2 on his heartbeat detector, but we're curious to see what happens in this. Now it's going to be Rapid on that smoke with the flank. He did see the drone, but the drone didn't see him, so he's a little bit lucky to get around from that. And he's getting a lot of information for his teammates. He did see one go down secret, so he could possibly go for this flank now. I don't know if Sacred Heart would be ready for this, but Rapid can go indeed. The E1D is going to go down. One gets burned. Catfish going to find William, so he's going to be taking a lot of damage. On the other hand, though, now Rapid on the flank going to be trying to find one. Impact with the Nitro Cell, going to find one of his own, so it's a 3v4 now. Going to be up to St. Clair on the site. Impact, a little bit of damage done to him. Agent Tour on the shells, going to be finding one of his own. 3-on-3 now. Rapid getting down but not out. Gets finished by Blue with that shotgun of Amaru. 2v3. Now it's up to 2 players. Impact and Agent Tour up against the 3 players of Sacred Heart. Going to be taken down. Maxima is Impact. It's up to the shield and the Amaru. 2v2. Diffuser is dropped. So it's a little bit of a Christmas present for St. Clair there to see the diffuser drop, but I don't know if he's too sure on that one. The Montaigne going to be putting some pressure down, but he is going to be down but not out, so it's going to be now brought to a 1v2. St. Clair Impact on a triple kill, looking to pull this win, looking to take St. Clair to a 5-0 lead. And it's all up to the Amaru now to clutch this 1v2. How will he work this? He's just going to be sitting in the basement hallway, and he's found by the last player. Agent 2 are going to be picking up that last kill. St. Clair 5-0.
Absolutely fantastic start here for Saints, not letting the odd little team comp throw them off in the slightest. We did lose, I think it was Imagine we lost pretty early, but the proper adjustments were made to prepare for the Monty. Well, actually, I don't even really think the Monty was that huge of a factor. Like, now that I really think of it, but Saints not shaking at all.
Saints not shaken one bit. Imagine 9-2, Rapid 5-3, Impact 7-0. They are surely popping off, and you got William with 2 kills, Agent Tour with 2 kills. The only player trying to keep them in this round for Sacred Heart is going to be Blue and Maximum. They're having a little bit of trouble with some connection indeed, but there's also 2 other players that could be picking up the slack for them. CR6 is dropping a donut right now, not even assist to him, and he is on that Thermite. He's on that support character trying to breach in for his teammate, but you just have to find a way to let some characters shine where other players are not able to in this game.
And I'm just liking the different team compositions that Sacred Heart is bringing out. How often do we ever get to see a Fuse in competitive?
Does he have a shield? No, he doesn't. He's gonna have the AK-12.
Okay, so option not to go for the shield. I wonder what they're gonna try and do with this. And then we do see the Cali coming back once again.
And St. Clair back to Jim. As they're just repeating their cycle from the first time, looking to go 6-0 in the half. But on the other side, this could be where Sacred Heart finds their first round. It would be probably not the best situation you can have, but a little bit better than what would come if they lose this round. Sacred Heart has to pull back around in this attack phase if they want to kind of bring their confidence back up. But right off the bat,
Imagine.
Who else other than Imagine to go for the spawn peek and take out their hard breach on Hibana? They do have Thermite still, but it's going to be a little bit tougher now that Catfish is out. So Imagine successful spawn peek. St. Clair with the lead in this round.
Gosh, and one thing too for Sacred Heart, they're hurting a little bit. They're looking to get some momentum started, but if I recall correctly, if this does go to basically a 7-0, they have to start on attack again. So they're gonna just be completely cold streaking it going into the next round, which would be absolutely brutal. So let's hope for them they're gonna be able to get something started here. Catfish going down is obviously a huge blow to start things off. And let's see, I'm curious as to where Infinity is going to decide to fire off his charges. He's taking his time on the roof, and Maximum's going to trade one back finally. William the first to go down.
Ooh, Impact's going to trade it back, taking out Maximum on that Zofia. So a little bit of soft breach, or the only soft breach now gone for Sacred Heart. Irisis finally finding a kill to his name, bringing it back 3-on-3. That's what I like to see for this team. But look at that trade for St. Clair. Impact's going to take out Irisis. Now it's all up to Infinity Run and Blue. Sniper and Defuse. Will they be able to pull it off? This would be very clutch if he can find anything for this Fuse charge. He's going to launch one off. But that's an easy rotation for St. Clair, and he's going to be walking on air to get around. Blue going to go down. Infinity Run, last one standing, just going to spray towards the door, not find anything. St. Clair 6-0 on the back of Imagine getting a spawn kill and the final kill.
Definitely hate to see it. This is very brutal if you're here for this side of Sacred Heart. We're going to rotate over St. Clair on pace to only have to attack once in this game and move over to game number 2. Very brutal. Okay, I'm curious if they try something a little bit unconventional, or are they just going to keep it like standard and just try to basically finish it early, so to speak.
One thing that I learned coming up in traditional sports, no matter who you're going up for, you just play it like it's a normal game. No matter who you're going up against. So looks like St. Clair does not want to follow that. Imagine going to be picking up the Nook.
Exactly.
Dope could be coming out on Rapid. But kind of standard picks for the rest of St. Clair. We see a Vigil and a Capkin come out for the side of Sacred Heart. I know you like to see that Capkin.
Absolutely. Personally, if I'm on defense, I'm either mute or I'm a Capkin. Most often than not a Capkin. I don't even care if I'm necessarily in the right position. I just love getting the final kill with the one of the bombs, one of the mines.
On
It's very fun.
the side of St. Clair, though, they did 6-pick to a
Oh.
Finka instead of a Dokkaebi for Rapid. So I'm curious to see if they're going to play around that Nook, see if Imagine can just get in there as fast as he can with that SMG he has and the boost from the Finka and go ham. He's 11-2 right now, so maybe he wants to pat the stats. A little bit of props to Impact right now. He's 10-0. What a KD for him. He's having quite a run.
That's fantastic. Normally, he's probably in the bottom half of the Saints in terms of the kills, but he's definitely having a standout performance here. And I'm curious, if Finka boosts a Nook, does Nook still get silent steps? Or is that not how she works? Because normally, like, Finka kind of messes with, like, stealth stuff, right? So I'm kind of curious as to what will happen.
Yeah, what will happen either. Is that what Nook does? I thought
No,
Nook
she's cameras, right?
invisible to cameras, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, okay.
So,
I'm thinking of somebody else. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Cav. My bad. Okay.
Cavi.
Yeah.
Caviar. But no, I'm curious to see if see what will happen with this Nook pick. We see the Capkin gonna be putting down his traps. He has one more. Curious to see where he puts that last one. But a stack of players in garage, as the CCTV hold is gonna be the last stand for Sacred to try to keep themselves going.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the moment that they decide to just let Imagine blitz right in and just try to start sweeping people. But
he's already inside strip club, so he's going to be rotating from the west side over. There is a player going to be roaming in bathrooms. He catches the foot, but not able to get any shots off. Nice trigger discipline from Imagine as he deselects his gadget and he rushes into bar room. He is going to come up on a player, but that is quite an important trade if you're Sacred Hearts. Maximum going to come out on top, taking minimum damage that he could, but a lot to himself. But if I was Sacred Heart, I'd be excited for that pick.
Vigil saying I'm the original camera dodger and finishing off Imagine nice and quick. But we do finally get this balcony open, and Agent Tour is going to be the first one finding a kill on the Saints side for this round. Blue going down. You see CR6 basically right on point. Rapid going to finally finish off Maximum. There's another one. William getting a kill, 4v2, but it's answered right back as Cashfish finds William.
Now it's a 2v3. Rapid a little bit low on health, but does have his Finka gadget to help him out there. Impact's gonna be finding a Catfish 3v1, and Infinity Run spraying finds a kill in the spray, but not able to pick up the round. He was just spraying and praying. 7-0 for this win on Clubhouse.
Infinity Run the hero, spray and pray for the win, but gets a kill. His only kill of the game. Oh, well, unfortunately, it went down a full game in the set, but hey, at least maybe next time by he'll be okay. Speaking of next time, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, one thing to look out for if you're Sacred Heart is that we're heading to Border for map 2. And Border hasn't been played by St. Clair since the start of the year. So they might be a little bit rusty. I don't know how much they've been practicing their Border. I know they don't like to pick it very often. So if you have your ping back for Infinity Run and you're going to a map that St. Clair might not be as ready for, might be a little bit excited if you're Sacred Heart.
For sure. A little bit of a more even playing field, so to speak. But we'll definitely see. We do seem to have lost Infinity Run again, so it might be time to take a very, very quick break in between rounds here. A very convincing one for Saints to start things off. Do you have any other final thoughts here for game number 1?
None at all. That was just textbook from St. Clair. Aside from a little bit of connection issues.
Last round, maybe.
Aside from a little bit of connection issues from Infinity Run, I think if his connection is a little bit better, I know he DC'd and maybe he's coming back, but if his connection is back, I'm curious to see how Sacred Heart will do on this Border. But besides that, we're just gonna head to a quick break before this, so stay tuned, everyone.
Oh.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to be hopping into Border for Game 2 after that dominant win from St. Clair 7-0. Once again, it is myself, Colin Seymour Moore, and Daniel Danner's Banner coming at you with some R6 CR6 Open Division actions. Daniel, how did you think of that game one?
It was quick, to say the least, and unfortunately, therefore, Sacred Heart, of course, they were basically playing a 4.5 versus 5, because, of course, one of their players was hurting in terms of internet connection, but possibly has everything all fixed up now. So as we switch over to Border, which, of course, is a much more, or a much, excuse me, less played. It's much less played compared to the rest of the maps on the pool for Saints, at least. Let's see if there's any sort of tricks or decent strats coming out here for Sacred Heart this time by.
And to see the ban phase going on right now, we do see same thing as last time. Thatcher and Jackal going out, so you have the EMPs gone, and you have the tracker gone on the Jackal. So it's going to be a lot more of a soft breach push coming out for most of these teams, and a lot more roam check from the attacking team. On the defending side, first person we see banned, Echo. No more yokai drones, less of plant disruption to see. I'm curious to see on this last one, maybe a Mira, and it'll be just an identical Mira matchup from the first game, but
my guess is
yes.
yes.
To see what they go with.
Wait,
Guess is yes.
Oh,
My guess is no, as they pick up Cade, and they it's a little bit of a surprising pick indeed. So Mira makes it through. Surprising. That shocks me, because Mira is really effective on Border, and to see Mira go through is like, she has, since it's so like there's so many places you can put up the Mira window on every room. It's really easy to catch people off on rotations with Mira, but automatically right off the bat we do see St. Clair picking up a Glass, Sacred Heart picking up a Caviera.
Oh, okay.
And it's a little bit weird in my opinion. Montaigne also on Impact. I'm curious. I'm wondering how troll would these matchups get.
Well, the thing that initially trolled me is I thought that Saints were also starting on defense this round, so I got completely bodied in that regards. But it does make sense having one team start as the attacker for each of the first ones, and then game 3 like flip a coin or something. I'm not 100% sure of how they do it, but this is kind of funny seeing a Glass first off. Like Monty, we don't see too much, but we see Glass even less. So what the heck is Rapid got cooking here?
Well, the one thing that you can
sniper.
One thing you can look for is Rapid to take those long angles, throw a smoke grenade, and he's got the thermal to look through the smoke grenades a little bit. But will that be countered out by the roam presence of the Caviera? Caviera you don't see just like the Glass, and I don't know if they're really ready for this. Caviera can either be really effective or not effective at all. Like if she gets one person down and interrogates them, every single person on St. Clair, their position will be known for a short time.
Yeah, she's basically, I've always referred to her as a solo queue character, however. Like, it seems like for that person who just doesn't want to do anything but roam, you just pick Cav and, like, you do you. But curious as to how this will work in the competitive team setting. And where is... Okay, what are we doing here, Rapid?
Rapid, what are you doing?
Trying to find the angle through that window, apparently, but...
Trying to find the angle through his legs.
And of course, with Glaz's thermal scope, he does have to have like, stayed still for a while, right? So he just can't like move around and expect everybody to glow up. So he's got to basically pick a spot and just camp. Well, and we'll probably see him there for a while.
If I'm not too sure, I think scoping in just slows down his movement, but I think he can stay scoped in while moving around. It's just not the most ideal thing to do.
Right, right.
So I do expect him to play that long angle like you were saying, but Impact on the Monty is going to be pushing this angle that Rapid has, so he's going to have the Monty's back. So nice little support play from Rapid, and Impact's going to be getting really close. He does have the backup of Agent Tour as well, and the Nomad of William, so I'm curious to see where Imagine's working with the Blackbeard. He's probably just going to be playing on the opposite side like you saw through the wall when you were over on Impact. He is going to be working over there. And will he get this off? This is kind of cheeky for St. Clair. They're going for that kind of on-the-edge defuse with Monty's shield being on the back. Will they be successful with this plant? They have the smoke off from the Capitao. A flank comes in from Catfish. He's going to go down 5v4. Diffuser's planted, and they have the perfect post-plant position. Doesn't matter. Rapid picks one. William picks up one. Imagine gets one, and it's a 1v5 Agent Tour to finish it off. Flawless round for St. Clair as they take round one.
I am at a loss for words after that one. I can't say that I've seen that one before. Nicely done, guys.
That was quick. That was a quick attack first round. For St. Clair to just get in there and get it done like that. I like the positioning of Rapid too on the glass. I'm sure they can do that on multiple different sites as well.
Yeah, it's like Rapid had that one long angle. I think it was Imagine on the Blackbeard basically had a different angle, but like good vision on any sort of flanking or anything like that. That was absolutely beautiful. I enjoyed that a lot.
Now what I'm curious about is that a troll, I think, or is that a set strat that people are doing now? Are we gonna see that glass more on border, or is it just like this is just a once in a while thing that Saints feel like they can do?
If it's something like, oh, just glass is good on border, but maybe not so much like other places, I'd absolutely love that. But it could very well not necessarily be a cheese, but it sort of felt like it in a way.
It did feel like a cheese.
Sacred Heart. It could just be Sacred Heart, maybe not so used to border as well, because like we were saying, it's a little bit less commonly picked compared to some of the other maps here in the series.
Yes, it is. But as we hop into the Office hold now, Office and Arsenal, they're going to go right back into this. Office and Arsenal second floor holds. Infinity Run is going to take the mirror this time. Not too sure they had a mirror last time, but hopefully the mirror can get those sight lines on the Office doorway. This time if they try to go for the same cheese strat, St. Clair is going for the same composition, so maybe they will do it again, and maybe this is something we see more often than not, but everybody except for Impact picking up a kill in that first round. Nobody picking up a kill for Sacred Heart. 1-0 for St. Clair. We're heading into round two. Bomb or diffuser is in hand of William this time, not Impact. So I'm curious to see what they do with this.
I mean, Impact may not have exactly got himself onto the kill board, but of course he does have that plant what put all the pressure on to Sacred Heart to begin with. So everyone's still playing their role. And we've got the air jabs just in case someone decides to jump out. We did see someone try to do that last time, and it was shut down by the Blackbeard. I believe that was Imagine at the time. We'll probably see something similar. It looks like Sacred's actually a little bit more better positioned to try and deal with this time, but I could be wrong.
I agree with that, indeed. They have a player on the mirror window watching offices. They have a player over in construction staircase watching the long hallway of the balcony, but will Imagine be able to provide the support? I'm pretty sure we're going to see Impact go in for that now. Agent Tour is going to pick up that flank on maximum. 5v4. St. Clair successfully gets the plant down. Imagine finding the second kill. 5v3. 5v2 as Imagine picks up a double kill onto Hyrasis. Sacred Heart is not having a good time with this strategy of St. Clair. Smoke throws one gas grenade. Imagine gonna have a triple kill now, going for the run out, but he's picked up on the flank. Flawless round twice in a row for St. Clair. Nobody dropping 2 rounds in a row, and they're going up 2-0.
Bruh. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, that was identical setup. It almost felt like the exact same hold attempt too, with people jumping out the windows to try and get a flank. But Saints have Saints have that stuff covered completely. And it's 2 mirrored rounds pretty much. Once it was Imagine popping off. Looks like I think it was not Impact. Impact planted again, but it was Agent Tour, I believe, who popped off. Yeah, there we go. And just absolutely brutal stuff. Even though they made adjustments to try and deal with the exact same thing, there was absolutely no change in that result.
It's like they have Agent Tour to watch the flank, Imagine to put the pressure on, Rapid, Impact, and William to set the diffuser down, and just I don't think Sacred Heart can just break through the first line of defense that Agent Tour and Imagine are putting on. And on the side of Sacred Heart, with all of the setup that they're doing, St. Clair is putting no effort into taking down that setup because they're just opening up a doorway, using the shield to put the diffuser down, and getting on out. And if I'm not wrong, it looks like we'll see Sacred Heart go to a different bomb site, as they're going to be holding the first floor this time. And they do have a little bit of a different composition. They're going to be having a castle, no Mira. Instead, they have a Legion and a Vigil, along with a Valkyrie and a Bandit. So I do like this setup. There's no Cade, so instead of Cade, we do see a Bandit, because Cade was banned out. Will this be a little bit different, or will St. Clair be able to run the same setup? They could possibly push in to the B bomb site through the window where the castle is and get the Monty in there. I know a couple teams like to do that, but where will the Glaz of Rapid set up? That's what I'm curious for.
Yeah. One thing I noticed too, like switching over to the castle and whatnot, there's not exactly much right now for St. Clair in terms of breaching. We see Nomad having breaching charges, and that is it. Like, if you have castle, okay, so you're gonna fire off the breaching charge on that. It's kind of predictable. It is a bit of an overextension in this team composition for Saints, so this could be a decent counter opportunity, especially since they're on a different site.
I think the Glaz can break through the soft breach with his sniper.
Right, but it's just going to be like a bullet hole, right? You're not going to be able to really get through it right away, right? I think
with enough shots, he can get through it.
Yeah, it'll just be obvious that that's where they're going.
Yeah, I think they already have it open as well.
Well, how about that?
St. Clair already has the B bomb site open, but Impact with the Monty shield is going to be pushing through tellers and working through the first floor. Rapid on the bus, spotting the feet of a couple players for Sacred Heart. And there's a player roaming on the second floor. One player of St. Clair going to drop. That's Blue taking out William, so he's going to be dropping first blood for Sacred Heart in this whole series on border. St. Clair going to back on off as they lost one of their players. Nitro Cell going to be burned for Sacred Heart, not doing any damage. It's gonna be now Agent Tour putting on some aggression to the A bomb site, but eventually just real passive play from St. Clair right now. They're just looking for that one pick that can set them off, and I don't think they have any eyes on that player roaming above just yet. There is gonna be somebody working through the flank on Sacred Heart, but not gonna be putting any damage onto St. Clair. Agent Tour actually very, very low, could be dropped. Once again, they're going to back off and drone this out.
And they don't got much time to do it. They're only down to the final minute. A lot of the players from Sacred Heart on points. When do they want to push in? And there is still the threat of that roamer that you had called out earlier. However, Imagine is going to find them. Blue does go down.
Blue going down evens it up for St. Clair. 4-on-4. And now we see will Rapid find a pick on this? This is kind of a cheeky angle for the Glaz, and I'm curious to see if he comes out on top with a pick. But Agent, he's gonna get on out of the map and work around, making sure he doesn't go down with his low health.
They're cutting us close. Ooh. And oh no, there goes the Blackbeard. And 10 seconds left. They're gonna dive in. They're not letting the shield dive in first, but who's got an Agent is going to get knocked down. It's gonna be Impact trying to get the plant down. 4 seconds, he's got to hold this to completion. Oh. Good snipe there from Rapid. It covers the plant. This is exactly what they needed to do. I think this is... Did they plant it in sight of Rapid? He might have to come down from there.
Diffusing, but he does catch one. Diffuser's still going to be getting diffused. Hyrasis is going to get the round win for Sacred Heart. And he does run out there just to look at him. Rapid not with perfect sight lines onto the diffuser, but Hyrasis with that clutch play to hop on it right away. We did see the Glaz get a couple, but ended up coming out on top for Sacred Heart. That's their first round win of the series. And I want to see them kind of expand on that.
It's just so sad, like, it was the slightest of misplays because, of course, you're trying to plant in the smoke and it's the last second, so you're not necessarily thinking about the window. But had that diffuser got planted maybe a little bit further, like to the right of the window, you would have been stuck diffusing it right in Rapid sightlines. Where it was, the wall was covering them from the one side, so it was absolutely brutal there for Rapid. Did find one, but couldn't find the person who was actually doing the diffusing. And that tiny little misplay is going to give the first round going over for Sacred Heart.
Now it's going to be heading to customs and supply room for the bomb sites. They're not going to go back to the second floor because I think they're worried St. Clair will do what they did last time. But they could even set up once again for this glass. As you see, the A bomb site over in supply room has that window that they can pull down, get the Monty in, drop the diffuser, set up that glass on the long kind of angle to watch that. And they could possibly do that as well, but there's also the B bomb site that they might want to put impact in. It's just how will they work around this glass pick for Rapid, as that's how they've usually been setting up this diffuser.
Well, at least they're constantly like switching positions so that Rapid can't get too comfortable on one position in particular. This one, curious as to where they'll set them up, but it's cool to see Saints really sticking to this, that no, this isn't the cheese, we're actually practicing this, we're actually using this. And I'm curious how they'll handle this site.
I just want to see Cavi pop off. That's all I want to see right now.
Of course.
I want to see Cavi pop off. That's my favorite operator. How will Blue play him, the player this round? We do see St. Clair setting up towards the south side of the building. Will they enter through main entrance? It looks like they have Rapid set up with that. Like you said, it's quite the angle indeed. William going to be opening up with the pistol kill onto Hyrasis. Imagine getting the second kill onto Infinity Run. Now it's going to be St. Clair with the advantage. 5v3. And they're going to be entering. Impact does have diffuser in hand along with the shield. They use the Capitao smoke to smoke off one angle. There's a player getting really aggressive. It's Maximum. He does find William trading up to a 4v3, but not evening out just yet. William looking for the second one. Actually, Maximum, sorry, finding Agent Tour. It's going to be evened out 3-on-3. Catfish down, but not out on the Valkyrie. Curious to see if any of the Sacred Heart players will go and pick him up. But instead, we do see Maximum going in for another one. He puts some damage down onto Impact, but not enough to drop him. Impact's still alive. Imagine picks up Maximum. Rapid picks up Blue. And Rapid picks up Catfish as well, as Catfish was down. But that was quite the angle for Rapid. Quite the reaction for him. And St. Clair goes up 3-1.
Holy smokes. I was a little frustrated because if we had seen Sacred Heart go for like jump outs in the past, in the other ones, in the other site, it got shut down. However, I think there was a point there may have been one claymore. I think they may have covered themselves, but there could have been a chance to jump out and get the jump on all three of them if you really wanted to. But it's just one thing that I suppose that I hadn't noticed. We're going to the first floor this time. I'm going to try this again, looks like.
St. Clair having quite a little bit more of a fight coming out from Sacred Heart. Maximum had a couple kills on that entrance to St. Clair, but not enough for his team to pick it up. St. Clair having quite the time though. 3-1. They're gonna keep on this setup. We're heading back to first floor customs, first floor supply room. Will St. Clair be able to repeat this and go 4-1, or will the second time be a charm for the Sacred Heart team? Will they pull it back 3-2 and bring it a little bit closer? They haven't changed up anything in their comp except for Catfish heading over to the dock instead of the Valkyrie. So I'm curious to see if that will end up kind of changing the aspect of this round. Maybe they'll go for a spawn peek with that MP5 ACOG. Maybe they'll just set him up on a cheeky angle because that's quite the gun to be holding.
It's a little bit... Sacred Heart kind of shot himself in the foot there for a second. I don't know if you had saw it in the chat there, but initially Blue was going to go Valk. However, he had the skin on there, the one that is like you're not allowed to use in according to the rule set due to the camouflage just being too dang good. So he had to make the switch. He had to use the 6. Nobody's playing Valkyrie. They probably wanted Valkyrie over the Cav in this scenario. but he had to kind of last second switch back over. So unfortunately, Sacred Heart kind of messed themselves up a little bit, but I'm sure they can still prevail. They got the one. I'm sure they can get another.
Exactly. Now we see St. Clair setting back up on that south side entrance. But Agent Tour, imagine, and another player of St. Clair going to be set up on the second floor. Impact's going to be rotating around behind, and it looks like Rapid's going to set up for that supply room push that I was talking to last time. Like we see him looking at right now. If St. Clair clears this out, gets their shield into that supply room, drops the diffuser, this is a power position for Rapid unless somebody kind of flanks around.
A bomb has been located.
Flanks around behind him with the run out and catches him off. But Catfish is actually going to top him off with that stim shot. He only has 2 left now. Going to juice himself over his health limit. They do have the window open into supply room. Imagine going to poke some shots in, but take some damage back to himself. He's just going to be overs at 75% health. Rapid rotates on over and looking through. This is... I didn't even know you can get here. He's going to be looking top into the supply room.
Oh, he got the angle
find
too.
high resist. Advantage to St. Clair. Catfish is very low as well. Agent 2 are going to be taking him down with the flame arrow from the Capital. Imagine with the 3rd kill for St. Clair, bringing him to a 5v2 advantage. Now it's all up to Maximum and Blue. The Cavi and the Vid. Will the Cavi be able to get a flank? Rapid,
no.
double kill and take out Maximum. Cavi's setting up for this flank, but he's going to rotate it around through the hole, but Rapid does have a good sideline onto this. The smokes are out. He does have the thermal scope in. This diffuser is dropped. 1v5. Will he be able to pull it off? Looking for the first kill. He's gonna find. No, he's not. He does trade out 1 for 1 on Agent Tour. William gonna go in Claire 4-1.
It was definitely a tall task there for Blue. Like, Cav definitely has a hard time when it's not necessarily picking off stragglers. So, unfortunately for the side of Sacred Heart, that's going to be 4-1 so far for Saints. Saints dropped the 1, but now they're back on their winning ways, 2 in a row. And it looks like Ventilation Workshop is the pick for this one. This is where Sacred Heart won, so maybe they can do it again right here.
Look at that kill feed. 8-1 for Imagine, 6-1 for Asia, 7-0 for Rapid. Impact hasn't had to do anything. He's 0-0-1. He's just been playing on that Monty, playing with the diffuser, doing what he does best.
I'm just playing, bro.
He's just playing. He is the reason why St. Clair has put so much pressure onto the Sacred Heart, and he hasn't even gotten a kill for him. So, got to really look out for that support play for St. Clair right now. But if you take a look over at the setup for Sacred Heart, they haven't changed up their composition from last. We're going to be heading back to the site that they won on. Hopefully they can pull it back 4-2. They want to return and see if they can repeat and bring it back 4-2 before they switch sides.
Yeah, and this time the Valkyrie actually does get to get played because Catfish didn't have the skin equipped. So they finally get the play the operator I assumed that they had wanted to use in the last one. But we still got Blue on Cav, and pretty much everything else, like you were saying, is pretty standard for them. And of course, the only real switch up here on the side of Saints is that Thermite, I feel. I could be wrong, though.
5 seconds left.
Round 6 is underway. Attacking is St. Clair, defending Sacred Heart once again for the last time before they switch. We're actually going to see them be able to swap and play more than one round. This St. Clair looks really good in this matchup right now, and they're looking for the win, the 2-0 win. Repeat from last week. How will deny that? Will we be able to go to map 3? Should all start here and seeing where this happens, where this goes on.
Well, unfortunately for them, most teams feel more comfort on defense. So let's hope for the side of Sacred Heart that they are definitely going to feel it for the attack side. Otherwise, this could be a quick one moving forward, as I think we're about to get ready to hop in.
Yes, we do. And the drone spots out the cavi. That's an important spot indeed. So Rapid, he's going to rotate around, probably open this up, check, and see if the cavi is... I don't even think the cavi noticed that the drone spotted him. We're going to use it, open up the door. And if St. Clair can play this right, they can trap the Caviera in there, get her out of the round, not have to worry about any silent flanks. Caviera has moved over to watch towards the door. Imagine going to roam onto the second floor to try to open this up, but it's all on to St. Clair to find that first pick. Will they be able to take out Cavi? Or will Cavi come out with a few trades?
That would definitely be huge. Like you say, eliminate the roamer, eliminate the risk of a flank. And they're slowly but surely taking their time getting through these sections, not charging out. I believe, like you had said earlier, the drone did spot her out. So they don't want to overextend. Oh, there we go, does spot her.
Trying to bait out the cavi now is Impact.
Oh,
See if the cavi can rotate around, and then we're gonna have I think they have a Thermite Williams set up on the long flank. They're gonna flame her out, but I don't think the flame reaches her. She's able to stick towards that. Impact getting a little bit too close. Imagine gonna open up with a kill over on the Maximum on the other side of the map. 5 on 4. Cavi's still trapped in here, and if they play this right, they won't even have to worry about it. Agent Tour though, getting taken out by Catfish. 4 on 4, and Monty getting real close to the cavi, gonna knife her and get her down. Blue gonna get the second kill though for Sacred Heart, bringing it to a 3 on 3. Rapid low, Catfish is low, but the rest are pretty full on health. Rapid gonna end up going down to Catfish. Catfish with sightlines onto the, Impact. St. Clair, they have to figure out what they're going to do. There's only 10 seconds left to rotate. Finding a kill is going to be, imagine, 2v2, 6 seconds left to push in, and then Monty might have perfect position onto this. Find this. Imagine going to trade out 1-on-1. He's going to have to defuse Irises. Going to pick up the second round for Sacred Heart. Going to 4-2 in the half. So, really well done for Sacred Heart to kind of back up their cavi who was stuck in the corner, but yeah, St. Clair. I know. I said that they gotta take out that, but they spent too long focusing on that cavi. They had to get in there, get out, but instead you had 2 players go down while they were doing that.
it really felt like they were having maybe a little bit too much fun, like just teasing Blue. Like, you didn't feel like actually playing the game this round, did you? And just kind of trapping her in there. However, like you said, it was good on Sacred Heart to follow up. Realize that like Cavi could probably still, of course, call out like how many people were there behind the Monty, and that's gonna put Sacred Heart flawless on Vent Workshop.
Yeah, flawless on that site, but St. Clair looking to kind of pull it back as we do see both teams switching sides. St. Clair on the defense now, Sacred Heart on the attack. And after Sacred Heart going down 6-0 on attack over on Clubhouse, I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to this one. They do have the Cali coming out once again. And maybe we'll see them try to do the same thing St. Clair did with the long sidelines with a sniper. But I do like how St. Clair have this set up with the Mozzie, Mira, Smoke, Bandit, and Jaeger. We could be seeing, if they play this right, a lot of aggression between the 3 players. Actually, between everybody except the Mira, there's a lot of aggression that could be played. So I'm curious to see how St. Clair kind of matches up to possibly kind of if Sacred Heart tries to do what they did.
And then with Blue being on the Cali, of course, I believe when she first came out, quite a good handful of people were comparing like her use to Thatcher for that gadget elimination ability. And considering we have Bandit as our, I guess, wall electrifier to stop Thermite's charges, that should be shut down rather easily for with Blue doing his job. So something I want to definitely take a look at as this round goes on.
As now Sacred Heart looking to push into the Office's arsenal. Imagine gonna find a double kill right off the bat on the spawn peak, not finding 1 spawn peak kill, but 2 onto Blue and Infinity Round. It's gonna be traded out by Maximum, but still St. Clair with the advantage in this round. I think that Mozzie actually got a drone as well, so that's some good information for St. Clair as they do see Maximum get up onto the balcony and start moving forward. And having the Blackbeard and Collie down is actually a really big advantage for St. Clair. They do have 2 hard breachers and a soft breach for Sacred Heart, but they have to be very kind of precise with their attack now. Maximum going to find his 2nd kill of the round over onto William, pull it back into a 3-on-3, trying to bring his team back into this single-handedly. Now we see Impact, Rapid, and Agent playing on the defense together. They do hear somebody kind of working towards office window, trying to breach in on that side, but they have to be worried about the flank. Maximum getting a triple kill now, taking out Agent Tour. That's a smoke down. No more gas grenades. Impact trying to return with a kill of his own, but they have to be careful. Maximum absolutely popping off right now. Rapid with the backup onto Impact. He has to be worried. Rapid gonna find high resist. So nice kill by him to bring it back to a 2v2. This is doable for both teams. Who will come out with this? Buck and Hibana against Bandit and Mira. A lot of information for St. Clair to work with that Hibana, or that, with that Mira window, but Impact gonna flick onto Maximum and Catfish, the last player standing for Sacred. In a 1v2, how will he play this right now? He's just gonna be playing the time. He has 50 seconds to work with, but he's gonna slowly crouch up towards this Bandit. Bandit spotting him out, he's taking the shot to Impact. Returning with a double kill in the end to bring St. Clair 5-2 in this round. That was very good play by Impact and Rapid to pull this back.
Yeah, definitely solid job there from the Saints. What could possibly be, or I guess there's still possibly 2 more rounds at the very least, if they can keep this defensive momentum going. And where are we going? So we're going to Ventilation Workshop. Let's see. If we bring the sniper back from this, or the side of Sacred Heart, we do see Amaru, which we did see during the, well, I got baited a little bit. So sure enough, we're going to bring the sniper back alongside Blackbeard, Finka, Cabana as of right now, unless they 6 over.
That was a really good attack from Maximum, though.
Mm-hmm.
He did pull out the triple kill. He pulled them right back into I think it was a 3v2 at the time, but Rapid and Impact with that clutch plays. I'm curious to see if Finka on coming out for Hyruses will change up that outcome, because they'll be able to maybe work around the aggression that Maximum brings to this. But after that double kill from Imagine off the spawn, right off the rip, taking out 2 Infinity Run and Blue. It was a really well done job by the rest of Sacred Heart to kind of try to pull this back. Curious to see if they can repeat this, as now we're going back into Workshop Ventilation Room. How will St. Clair play this one? They do have a castle, which I do like to see, so they can set up kind of a rotate, possibly through the bathrooms and Workshop. But who could play there? I'm just curious to see how they set this up. Usually when you see somebody play Workshop and Ventilations, you tend to see a top-down hold. So you have a lot of roamers on the 2nd floor, and you just kind of make sure that kind of Sacred Heart or any team on the attack does not take over that 2nd floor, because there's a lot of information you can get from the top down. And if St. Clair's holding that, they can spot out a lot of positions for the plant to go.
He's slowly moving forwards. Of course, still plenty of time here on this attack. Where are we going? Sorry. Yeah, just keeping those windows checked, of course. Any sort of runouts. I know we've seen Imagine do that plenty of times. Valk, once she has her cameras out, of course, could definitely get aggressive if she happens to find a opportunity to go swing. And breaching charge coming out from the side of Sacred Heart, of course. Slowly but surely moving forward, trying to find as much information as possible going towards the site.
Curious to see how they push this, though. Nice little peek coming out, taking Blue all the way down. That play, that's William and Imagine going to confine for 2, but Infinity Run going to take Imagine down, trade it back into a 4v3. St. Clair with the advantage, but Maximum, he's still alive, and we already know he can do a lot of damage to this comp.
For sure, for sure. Moving forward. Trying to see if we can flash somebody out. I think somebody is spotted. That is someone there, but he's actually going to get taken down anyway. Right through the flash. William going to blast him down with the shotgun. And one person spotted. I think Infinity did manage to take him down, Agent. Sadly going down in this case. But is that the diffuser down as well? As we see, still just Blackbeard and Finka. Finka just gets deleted. William taking care of that one. One more takedown here for the Saints, and that's the round. And there it is, round 8 going down. So it is now 6-2 right now for Saints. Match point.
Match point for St. Clair College as they go up 6-2 in this round, looking to take 2-0 win tonight. But imagine 14-4, Rapid 9-1. Both players having quite the game indeed, alongside Agent and William. 6-5 for the both of them, combining for 11 kills between the two. A lot of frag presence along the side of St. Clair right now, and not a lot of people over on Sacred Heart looking to step up. I know we have Maximum kind of doing the dirty work for his team, but it's the only player that, off the top of my head, I could say has been impactful on these attacking rounds. I know we do see Catfish, he's 4-8. He does have the potential, and a couple others, but we haven't really seen too many people step up on this attacking side for Sacred Heart. So I'm curious to see how they kind of pull us back.
Yeah, it's basically, like you said, been Maximum with the shining moments overall. Maybe the occasional one shared by Blue or Catfish, but it's now or never for the side of Sacred Heart. If they want to keep themselves into this game, they need to go pretty well flawless from here. And Saints' defense has been looking good. And I was curious, I was like, who the heck Rapid was actually playing, but that is a Cavi skin. Very nice.
It's the new Cavi skin.
Yeah. Threw me off for a second, but
Got to see it when we went to the 6th Invitational. That was fun. A little bit of a flex there, sorry.
It feels bad, man, as I watched it the entire weekend, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Seemed like a hell of a time.
But now, match point for St. Clair as we're in round 9. They're going to be holding Customs and Supply Room. Now, when we saw St. Clair attacking this, it was kind of a spread defense from the side of Sacred Heart, so I'm curious to see how St. Clair will set up, because once again, if you hold that second floor, kind of, I think it's, I can't remember which room, but the room right above A site, you have a lot of information to hold on to. So if I was St. Clair, I'd be looking to keep that second floor presence and making sure that Sacred Heart doesn't kind of pull that away from you. Right off the bat, we see Imagine on the run out, taking out Blue. Advantage to St. Clair on this match point. Taking out the Amaru of all is going to take a lot of pressure off of them.
Defender has left the area of operation.
It's a fantastic start, of course, for Saints. This one will seal the deal. It's a matter of hanging on to this bottom site. I know when Saints were on attack, they made this site look pretty easy overall, if I do recall correctly. But let's see, as that's going to be a Claymore kill coming out from Blue, and a huge shot from Catfish. That was actually sick. Nicely done. Taking down Agent. Anybody's round at this point.
Even in death, he finds a kill. Blue on the Claymore is going to take out, I think that was Imagine. Maximum going to be dropping the diffuser. If they get this out, they can get out the window and have a lot of presence for that post plant. So I was saying they like to hold that second floor presence, but they weren't even able to see the diffuser go down. Impact's going to be putting some pressure on as the mute. Not going to find any damage to that player to his left. He's going to push in and look for the kill. Takes out Buck. Catfish going down. 3v3. But diffuser has been dropped. Infinity going to find Impact. We're going to see Cavi get stunned out using her silent steps to get away, but he's gonna actually cancel that out. William getting into the site, looking for the diffuser. 2v2. Rapid goes down. Maximum going down. Now it's 1v1. He's gonna hop on the diffuser. Will he be able to clutch up? 3 seconds left. This is for the win. St. Clair gonna go down at the last second, and we're gonna see Sacred Heart pulling out with Hyruses on a double kill. 6-3. Last second. He was tapping away. That was dangerous.
That was actually so close. Only another couple seconds that would have been diffused. So it's still on match point for St. Clair, but Sacred Heart hanging on for their dear life as we move to the second floor, it looks like this time. And imagine, oh dear, that kill. Those stats, man. That's brutal.
I want to point out William, though.
Oh
Just
yeah, let's go,
the
William.
guts that he has to just rush in there, get the kill. I think he got 2 kills there. He picked up maximum on the outside, and he just instantly hopped the diffuser. 1 second away from clutching up and winning that 1v1 out of the diffuse, but ultimately we did see CR6 come out with the clutch. And now, as St. Clair holds armory lockers and archives, CR6 moves over to the Blitz. 6 picks to the Thermite, though. I thought he was actually going to play the Blitz. That would have been nuts to see. As could have probably kind of taken a similar approach that St. Clair did, but last time St. Clair held armory lockers and archives, it was kind of it came down to the 2v3 that St. Clair clutched up on the back of Maximum, kind of pulling out a 3K of his own to pull them back in from the double kill that Imagine got right off the bat. So will we see Imagine get the double kill right off the spawn? I don't expect it, but you know, Imagine is 15-5 and feeling himself right now. So
oh yeah. When Imagine's feeling hot, it's absolutely insane, some of the stuff he tries to pull off. And at least for also the Saints side, we don't see the Cav from Rapid this time. Back to Standard, back to Mira, and looking to possibly finish this up instead of flexing on favorite operator, maybe.
Sad to see Cavi go out, but Cavi hasn't had too much of an impact in this, so I don't know. It doesn't surprise me to see her not being played. I'm used to it. But
same with my cap cam, man.
But now we see Sacred Heart on the attack. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to push this bomb site. It's going to be Maximum. I'm looking for him to pop off on this round, because last time they were attacking these bomb sites, he got a triple kill. Will he be able to repeat that is the question. Blue going to use both of his breaching rounds to kind of open up some sight lines for them right on the east side, or the south side, west side entrance. But now we see St. Clair being a little bit aware of that. An Impact opening up with the first blood onto Blue. So advantage to them, 5 on 4. I think Maximum's already inside the sites already. There we go. Picks up his first kill onto William, returning 1 kill for each, but Imagine denying that at all, pulling it back, taking out Maximum. 4 on 3 now. It's up to Catfish, CR6, and Infinity Round. Will CR6 be able to clutch up again with his teammates? They got a minute and 35 to do so, and they do have Diffuser in hand, so it's possible. But there's a pretty tightly locked defense that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was just about to mention that there's so many gadgets for whether it be denial, or as soon as you get on the site, you got to worry about the mirrors. The pest traps are still a thing as well, so you're going into this pretty well blind, and then even if you make it in and it's about time to plant the diffuser, you still got smoke alive, so this is going to be rough here for Sacred Heart.
Rough indeed, and I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of curious to see how this goes. We do see Infinity Run getting really close to the armory lockers with that Blackbeard shield in play, but hasn't found any sightlines just yet. Mira Rapid looking to put some shots through the wall. Imagine picking up a double kill onto Catfish now. Infinity Run really low. Last player standing. St. Clair deletes them all. Round 10 goes to them, and that's going to be map 2 to St. Clair as they take a 2-0 night on this Friday night CR6 week 5. So
Fantastic.
That was
Fantastic showing.
Quite the rounds, Danners. What did you think of that second game?
Well, I mean, at least for Sacred Heart, they got on the board. They had some clutch moments. A couple more of their players were starting to stand out, and I know Maximum was definitely one of them. But again, Catfish was still there as well. Got a couple moments, but not as many moments as the Saints did. So, fantastic job there for Saints securing the 2-0 today.
Fantastic at all. And look at those kills coming up for them. We had William at 7, Impact at 6, Agent at 6. Nobody was slacking. Obviously, imagine 17 and 5 popping off indeed on the Saints, and Rapid 10 and 2. Both players having quite the standout rounds, but say Sacred Heart, after that first game going 7 and 0, they kind of going 7 and 3 looks a lot better. And they did look a lot better in that second game. I know personally, like Infinity Run, he wasn't rocking 400 ping, so maybe it was a little bit easier for them to communicate. Maybe a little bit more like exciting for them. Maybe like they had more confidence. But ultimately, they looked way better in that second game than they did on Clubhouse.
Well, I'm sure that moment where they were able to take the diffuser as Rapid is trying to come get them down, that probably just boosted their momentum big time. They were probably all popping off in the chat, and they were able to bring 2 more rounds out of said momentum. So much better job. But this is going to put Saints 3 and 2 in the entire CR6 season as of right now. But this was game 1 of the second phase, if I recall correctly.
I'm not too sure on that one, but if it is, going 1-0 in the second phase looks really good. We just did get confirmation that it is second phase. So 1-0 in
perfect.
phase 2 is St. Clair, Sacred Heart University. If you're a fan of them, they're 0-1, but they got a lot of time to pull it back. So we'll see what comes in the future. GGs to everyone. And Dan, is anything you want to close out with?
I think that's just about it. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and Colin, you did a fantastic job today. Thank you for showing me the ropes here for the commentary once again.
It's different remote casting rather than in-house casting, but it's a blast.
There's so many points where I'm like raising my hand to say, "Oh, I want to go in," and wait a second, you can't tell.
I can't see. Sorry. We need like webcams
still very
for each other.
I know, right? But I'm still very thankful that I'm able to get this broadcast underway. Of course, big thank you to Colin and Seymour Moore for the commentary. Thank you to Ryan Baker for producing us all and letting us essentially use his home computer to make sure that these matches get broadcasted. And thank you to everybody in the chat for tuning in today. As of right now, I believe we will be live again next Wednesday for CEA, as long as there's no reschedule, if I recall correctly.
And possibly, if it's gonna turn out, we might have some Overwatch that could be casted tomorrow night. But
is that so?
we're still working on that behind the scenes. So keep an eye out on that if you want to see some Overwatch. But for tonight, it's been myself, Colin Seymour Moore, and Daniel Danner's Banner casting for you, along with the Observer, Ryan Baker, in the background. And I just want to thank you all for coming out, and have a good night.